Ganesh and Bhagavan ki jai. All will stand as we join together and sing in the Arti. Om Jai Ganapati Deva. Om Jaya Ganapati Deva. Prabhu Jaya Ganapati Deva. Vigana Vinashana Swami. Vigana Vinashana Swami. Sukha Sampati Deva. Om Jai Parvati Putra Kahavo Shankar Sutta Swami Prabhu Shankar Sutta Swami Gajananda Gananayak Gajananda Gananayak Bhaktanayannugami Om Jai Riddhi Siddhi Ke Malik Moshakaya Savari Prabhu Moshakaya Savari Kar Jore Vinati Kare Kar Jore Vinati Kare Ananda Yusabari Om Jai Prathama Aapko Pujat Shubha Mangal Data Prabhu Shubha Mangal Data Siddhi hoye sab karaj Siddhi hoye sab karaj Daridra hat jata Om Jai Sunda Sundala Dunda Dundala Mastaka Parachanda Prabhu Mastaka Parachanda Karaja Siddha Karavo Karaja Siddha Karavo Kato Sabapanda Om Jai Ganapati Ji ki आरती जो कोई नर गावे प्रभु जो कोई नर गावे दादु कह भावती दादु कह भावती निश दिन सुख पावे ओम जय जय गणपति देवा प्रभु जय गणपति देवा विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी सुख संपत्ति देवा ओम जय गणपति देवा Om Jai Ganapati Deva Om Jai Ganapati Deva Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhushta Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvang Mam Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Bolo Shri Ganesh and Bhagavan ki jai Umapati Mahadeva ki jai Jagat Janani Shri Durga Mata ki jai. Bolo Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Devotees, you may kindly take your seats. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatya Namaha. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Devotees, once again we all gathered here tonight to worship the Supreme Brahman in the form of Shri Ganesh. Before I commence reciting the Katha, we'll ask each and everyone to try to picture that beautiful form of Lord Ganesh in your minds as we chant these verses which are dedicated to his worship. Om Asumukashtai Kadantashta Kapilo Gajakarnaka Lambodara Shabikato Bigananasho Binayaka Dumraketoragana Jaksho Bhalachandro Gajanana Dwadashaitani Namani Yapati Trannayadapi Vidyarambe Vivahecha Praveshe Niragami Tatha Sangrami Sankati Chaiva Viganata Shanajayati Shuklam Varadaram Devam Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasanavadanam Jaye Sarva Vigno Pashandaye Abhipsitartha Siddhyartha Pujito Yasura Surai Sarva Viganaras Tasmai Ganadi Pataye Nama Shivatanai Varishtama Sarva Kalyana Murti Parashu Kamalahastamma Shobitam Modakinaha Arun Kosumamala Vyalaya Gyopavitam Mama Hriday Nivasam Shri Ganesham Namami Vakratanda Mahakaya Kotisudaya Mama Prabha Aviganam Kurumedeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Biganeshwadai Varadai Surapriyaya Lambodarai Sakalai Jagadvitai Nagananai Shruti Yagya Vibhushitaya Gauri Sutai Gananat Namo Namaste Bhaktartinashana Parayai Ganeshwaraya Saraveshwarai Shubhadai Sureshwarai Vidyadarai Vikatai Chavamanaya Bhakta Prasanvaradai Namo Namaste Namaste Brahma Rupaya Vishnu Rupaya Te Namaha Namaste Rudra Rupaya Kari Rupaya Te Namaha Vishwarupa Swarupaya Namaste Brahmacharine Bhakti Priyaya Devaya Namastubhyam Vinayaka Lambodara Namatubhyam Satatam Modaka Priya Niraviganam Kuru Medeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Avahanam Najanami Tavarchanam Pujamachaiva Najanami Kshamasveti Ganeshwara. Bolo Shri Ganeshanda Bhagavani Ki Jai. Those who were present last night would recall we stopped where, after having shown Raja Varenya the universal form, Lord Ganesh explained to him what is called bhakti, devotion. How do you worship the Murti of Lord Ganesh? The different ingredients that are used in that worship and the benefit of worshiping that Murti. Before we begin tonight's Katha, let us join together in the chanting of the Ganesh Stotram. Yato nanta shaktera nanta jiva yato niragunada prameyad gunasti yato bhati sarvatrida veda binnam sadatam ganesham namamo bhajama yata shwasira dijagata sarva vitus tata tabsano Vishwagopta Tatendra Dayo Daitya Sannagha Manushya Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Vannahi Bhanu Bovara Bhojalanacha Yataha Sagaras Chandrama Vyoma Vayu Yatastavara Jangama Vriksha Sangha Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Danava Kingnara Yaksha Sannagra Yatascharana Varana Shwapadashta Yatapakshi Kita Yato Vira Gashta Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama yato buddhera jnananasho mumuksho yate sampado bhakta santosha kasyu yato vignanasho yah karyaka siddhi Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Yata yatra putra sampadyo vanchitarto yato bhakti vidyas tatani karupa yata shoka moha yata kama eva Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama yato nanda shakti sasesho bhabova dharadharani nekarupo cha shakta yato nekada Swargaloka hinana Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Yato vedacho vikunnata manobi Sada nitine tititayam grananti Parabrahma rupam chedananda bhutam Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Yato nanda shakti Ranandashtajiva yato niragunad prameyad gunasti yato bhati sarva tridavida binnam Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Bolo Shri Ganeshanda Bhagavan ki jai. We begin tonight with Lord Ganesh saying, Debya sura rakshasicha praviteste trividaininam tasa phalani chinnahani sankhepati dhuna brave. In this world, 3 types of people are born in this world. And these 3 types of people, prakritista trividaninam, prakriti, through their own nature. So nobody is responsible for it except themselves. Tasa phalani chinnahani. One of these individual is filled with divine qualities. One, a combination, a demon. Demon don't mean a bad person. A demon means a person who has the ability to do good, but he will also do bad. And the last one, sankhepati adhuna brave. The other one is a monster. Their rewards, tasa phalani chinnahani, their rewards are different. And this is what sankshepa means. Very briefly, simply, I will explain this to you. Dao bhuta saraga loka asmina deva sureva cha devo vistara shaprokta asuram partame shrino. Of these evil people that exist in the world, the divine, the demon, the monster. I will explain to you that every text that you read talks about the good people. Talking about them don't make sense. I will talk to you about the demonic people. Adya sandhyavaye muktim daipare vandanam mripa chinaham bravimi chadyasya tanaminik dvattayah shranu. Those who are of the divine nature, very quickly in life, they will find themselves in places of worship. Mandirs, all kind of things. And they will become part of whatever is taking place. That is the person of the divine nature. Dhyayena muktim. Very early in life, they would work very hard to become liberated from the bondage of birth and death. Dvaipare bandhanan nipaha. The other 2 people, they are responsible for themselves falling in this well that is called bondage. Chinham bravi michadyasya taname negadrat tashrinu. First of all, let me clear up the divine nature. Apeshunyam daya krodo chapam layam dritirajavam tejo bhayam masinghacha kshama saucham mamanitaha. They do not engage in mischief. They do not engage in anything that will trip them to become angry. They avoid those things. They are always compassionate when they hear the stories of people, the problems that people have. Today I had an interesting character come by me. He just got deported from Canada. So he and his wife had some misunderstanding according to he, and they deport him. They don't deport you for a misunderstanding in Canada. It's something stupid he do. Right? So he don't find nothing but to see my candle, citronella candle lighting to prevent me from getting dengue. He want one. I said, let me tell you something. Make a piece of nice advice. Bounce your body now. Bounce your body. I don't owe you that. You understand? Don't trade on these things. Somebody was walking around with this handbill all over the place collecting money for this yag. Me have no problem with that. You had to account for that, partner, not me. I don't have to account for that. You see, people by nature, they don't understand how the humans think. And if you get into the mind of the individual, then you understand the true nature. There's a movie called It Takes a Thief to Catch a Thief. Only a thief will understand how a thief is operate. In the same way, when you work in this world, what are you working for? Why are you working? You understand? What are the three things important in your life? The only three things important. And none has to do with living people. None of the three. One is called growth, one is called progress, and one is called success. Those are the only three things you need. How do you grow? Growth will increase your material position. But to have growth, you must have ethics with it. You must have discipline with it. And when you have ethics, discipline, growth, honesty, that is progress. When progress has humanity, morality, and spirituality, that is success. That's all you need in the world, nothing else. Nothing else you don't need. Everything else you're going to leave it right here. Whatever growth you have in your life, you carry that when you die. Whatever progress you have, you carry that when you die. Whatever success you have will go with you when you die. Nothing else ain't going with you. So that will either increase your station in the next life or decrease it. It depends upon you. You could determine that for yourself. You don't need my help for that. Apeshunyam daya krodo chapalam lam dritirajavam tejo bhayam masinkacha kshama shaucham mamanitaha. They do not waver in their faith. Nobody could convince them. Somebody could come to my house and convince me to root out my jandi. You had to be really joking. You really had to be joking. I wouldn't give you that privilege, trust me. When I was living next door, I had a 3-foot dog. The dog was born at 3 foot. A white wolf. And that fella said, "Hey, look at me. Keep walking in my yard." I said, "Teddy, that dog going to bite you." He said the dog had 3 foot. I said, "What that had to do with him out?" He said, "A 3-foot dog could never bite he." Ask him what the dog doing, he go tell you. He jumped the gate and the dog jumped behind him and bring him back in the yard, I said, "He can't bite you, but his foot ain't good." So somebody come to convert me. And my dog come and sit down on the front step. Right? I said, "Make you the good news. You can't leave here, See that fella on the step there? He's going to eat you. So you sit down until I finish with you. I make them read the whole Gita. Right? Don't try to convert me. Go in prison and convert people. Go and convert people who murdering children. Me murder nobody children. Go and convert the rapists and them. Go Lavantil and do that. Not here. You understand? Don't let nobody come and mess with your head. They don't waver in their faith. They constantly respect their elders. They are free from fear. They practice what is called non-violence. Non-violence is a different thing, you know. Gandhi twisted that to suit his women fancy, you know, and mess up a whole nation by doing it, you know. Non-violence means if you're eating it, kill it yourself. And if you cannot kill it yourself, get rid of it. You're not supposed to be doing that. They are always forgiving. They are always clean. And they are free from pride. Tejo kshama driti kshautram drohunati yamanata bhavanti sampadamadevam bijatasya bharata. They are always willing to forgive. They have no enemies. These are the qualities of one who is of the divine nature. Etyadi chinnamasadya asarya shanumam pratam avivado bimanashta darapagyanam chakopataha. Now I will explain to you the evil that exists in people. He says people who quarrel for no reason. Some people just born to quarrel. Whatever they have achieved in a lifetime, they are very proud of it. Ignorance, anger, arrogance. Those are not nice qualities to have. You see, when we talk about those things, you have to understand what it does to you. What anger does to you. Nobody knows. See, the first thing we should avoid in life is a thing called laziness. Because laziness is going to kill your ambition. Then anger. Once you become angry, you lose the wisdom that you have. Fear. Fear kills the dreams that you have in life. Ego will kill the growth that you have. Jealousy will kill the peace of mind that you have. And doubt will destroy your confidence. So having those things, you know what you're doing to yourself. You're committing suicide and you know. Arsura eva masadi chenahani prakrite nipaha neshturatvam maho moho hamakaro garva eva chaha. He says these qualities, proud of their greatness, this arrogance, these are the signs of people who are demonic. He says nishturatyam, brutality. Brutality means you could go in somebody's house to kill a man and then slaughter his children and everything too. That's not a killer. That is what is called brutality. Right? Craziness, people who trip for no reason. Greed. Pride. Asatyam pravishtam te jagadahurayanishwaram aparasparam masamabotam kimanayat kamahetukam. The demon is the one who says that this world has no foundation. Eat, drink, and marry. When you're dead, dies the end. They believe in that. Right? They have no divine in them, no Lord in them. He says, will you tell me about children are born with good qualities? Children are born out of lust. You understand? Dvesha hingsa daya krodo aurado tvam duriratam abhicharika kritatretyam kru karamaste dastataha. People who make enemies for no reason. People who are violent by nature. Those who are merciless. Those who do not surrender to nature. You understand? All the bad, you're bad. Stand up by the seashore when a tsunami come in. You see how strong he is. Gang warfare. We are filled with that in the country right now. You know what has hurt me? Not the gang warfare, you know. That don't bother me. What does bother me is when one of them dead, the police will say, we know who it was, you know. We know what gang, everything. So why you hold here all the time? Only when he dead, you know who it is. You're allowing this thing to run rampant. You understand? Somebody tell me when you have a problem, you must go in the police station and make a report. I crazy to do that. I'd be a fool to do that. Because the same man who trying to kill me, the same man who telling the police, turn a blind eye and let me kill him. And the police brave too, he renting him and he gone. You renting a service revolver to a criminal. And the man who rented a gun to a criminal was promoted to an inspector while he was in jail. He's still in jail. And he get promotion. He gone in jail as an acting sergeant. So he wasn't even a sergeant yet. He became a sergeant when he was in jail. He became an inspector when he in jail. When he come out, he could be the next commissioner of police. Right? People say you mustn't say those things. Why it in the newspaper? Read today's headline. 42 children die in this country from murder. At what point you're going to stop? Check the age. When I add up 42 of them age, me and Says together older than 20-something of them. You understand? This evil, this warfare is specifically designed with the sole intention of destroying other people for no reason. That is what gang warfare is. Gang warfare is not this gang versus that gang, you know. That is not gang warfare. Gang warfare is to destroy anybody who obstructs what you are doing. To destroy the innocent. Association with people to perform evil. Eva madrishtamavashtabhya nashtamanol prabodaya prabhavantya prakaramana kshayaya jagato hitaha. They cling on, they hold on to these false views. People of this evil disposition on their terrible deeds, such people are called enemies of humanity. They are bent on causing worldwide destruction. They may go and destroy Trinidad. Their aim is to destroy the world. Avishwasa satamavakyo suchitvam karamahinata nindakatvam chavedanam bhaktanama suradvisham. They do not accept the teaching of the elders and people who are wise, people who have the experience. They don't accept that. They do not perform their daily duties. They abuse the scriptures. They criticize the worship of God. That is what they do for a living. People hell-bent on doing that. One lady tell me one day, even though you don't want to listen to me, you could at least give me $1 for the book. I say, my money, lady? Not my money. You cannot get my money. Trust me, you won't get it. It have nothing you could say that that book have. I could teach you about that book where you never read it. You just have a book below your arm full of all the different perfume that spray on your skin. That book below your arm, you never read it. Right? See how I know she never read it. I said, let me ask you a question. What does Christ mean when he say, he who says he loveth God and hated thy brother his neighbor? I say he's a liar. For his brother his neighbor, he see it every day. And God whom he never see, how he could love. You ever see God? You ever see God? No. Then you can't preach for God. Because you don't know what you're preaching. The book said that. She asked me, which part in the book say that? I said, oh, so you really never read it. Right? You never read it. I said, let me tell you what you don't want to hear again. And they didn't want to frighten people. They say we just cook with gobar. Right? Gobar is bullshit. We're not children. We are big adults. Gobar is bullshit. Yes, we cook with bullshit. No problem with that. The best way to boil milk is with gobar. I say, but you know what your book said to use? Use human gobar. You said that in the book. I said, listen, I just tell you, don't put the book below your arm. Read it now, man. Read it. Cook with your own gobar. For when you do something wrong. Where are they? I said, don't study where they in the book. Read it. Look for it. Don't only choose selective verses. I've always said that, you know. You cannot be selectively wise. It's either you're wise or you're dotish. You can't be temporary smart. Read the whole book. Understand everything before you make decisions. You understand? They cannot give you a contract to pave the road, and your argument is, when I reach where the bridge have a crack, we go decide, we go look for an engineer to see how to fix it before we pave it. It doesn't work so. Etamadrishtamavashtabhya nashtamanul pabuddhaya prabhavantyagra karamana kshayaya jagato hitaha. And these false beliefs that these people have will destroy the world. People will trip off. Kama mashritya dushpuram dambamana madanvitaha moha grihitva sadagrahan prabharatante shuchi brataha. Holding on to false beliefs and false desires that could never be fulfilled. How many children have killed their parents for $1 to buy a rock? You see it happening all the time? One of the greatest pundits passed through this country. Where wrote it? What's the name? Radhe Kisun was a walking genius. A walking genius. It have no question you could have asked him that he couldn't answer. None. Man was a walking genius. If you go to his home, you cannot leave without a fruit. You name it, he had it in the yard. I was the only man ever allowed to climb his cherry tree. Everybody else hit it with a stick and hope it fall. Never let nobody go in that. You ever go in the rice box yet? Nice. You know how his wife died? The grandson take an axe and cut off she neck, one blow, And the mother say, boy, what you do? One blow again. When they bury the two of them, they put the daughter head in the mother box and they put the mother head in the daughter box. They mistake the two body. Me asking you that I went to the funeral, I telling you that they bury in Moruga, Indian Walk. Chop off the head. For what? Because they ain't giving him money for his vice. He out on the street now. He finished service term. I went by his cousin to do a puja. When the man tell me that fella is the cousin boy, mantra like Silent Night. Om Gananan. Wait, just tell me that. I couldn't believe it in a criminal house. You understand? So people have to be careful when you destroy your own flesh and blood. For what? Kama mashritya dushpuram. These things cannot be satisfied. Their conduct, mohadgrihita sadagrahan, very impure conduct, full of hypocrisy and arrogance. Manikshotreya ve pranam tatasmriti puranayo pakandavakyeya vishwasa sanagatir malinatmanam. Swamis, those who sit and listen to prayer. This world have real good swamis, That's some real genius as swamis. But it have some, this is business. You understand? This is business. The law books, the Puranas, wicked, associating and believing wicked people, dull-minded. They don't believe in no Swami. They don't believe in listening to no prayers. They don't believe in Pandit. They don't believe in the law book. They don't believe in God. No scripture they believe in. Chenamana paraye yamacha pralayanva mupashritaha kama pabhogaya parama etavaditi neshitaha. The only time this will come to an end is when they die. When they die. He says they think that they could sit down with their friends and talk about all who they destroy. You understand? And that is fun for them. That is fun for them. Destroying people is fun. I'll give you a classic story. I still have the paper home. One night I was in my yard, and a fella come by the mailbox. He called me by my name, So I know who he was. And he put a document in my mailbox that Hindus are the worst people. The only way to destroy the Hindu is to kill all the cows in the country. And if you kill all the cows, they won't get no ghee. You know who put that in my mailbox? And you know who put it? How he dead? He blew up and dead, And the sad thing is, he allowed his children to get killed with him. God don't sleep, fella. God don't sleep. You could play who you want. Kalanimi, Jimmy Rawan, Rahu. Kalanimi dress up like a pandit. Hanuman kill he. Rahu, dress up like a devata, Vishnu cut his throat. Ravan, dress up like a sadhu, dead like a fool. You can't impersonate devotees of God. No matter how good you think you is. He says, this will only end with death. Sadamba karama karatritvam sprechacha paravastushu aneka kamanavatvam sarvada nritabhashanam. Always engage in doing something wicked. The desire exists within them, sprechacha parayavastushu, to achieve things falsely. To achieve things that they do not deserve. Engaging in evil karma. Sarvada nipabhashanam. They are dangerous people to trust. Don't trust these kind of people. I don't care who they is. Parotkarasha sahishnutvam parakritva parahita etyogya vahaschanye rakshasya prakriti gunaha. They cannot bear to hear somebody speaking good about other people. They can't hear that. They destroy what other people have built. These are the qualities of people who are demons. Pritibhyam swaragalokacha padebretya vasantite madabhaktarahito loka rakshasi prakritim shritaha. These qualities, O king, pritibhyam, exist on earth, swarga, in the abode of the devatas. These qualities also exist. Don't feel it here alone have it, all about have it. Having no devotion to that Supreme Lord. Know such people to be demons. Moga yasha moga karamano moga jnana bichetasa rakshasima sudim chaiva prakritim mohinim vritaha. Such people who destroy everything in their pathway. That is what a rakshas is. Tamasi ye shrita rajan yanti te rauravam dhruvam aniravacham chate dukam bonjate tata sanchitaha. People who have been blessed with that monstrous quality. Could imagine those qualities are for demons and it have people worse than that. Those who have those monstrous qualities in them, know for certain there is no form of redemption. If you want to use the word redemption, there is no kind of redemption for them. There is no word, aniravacha chate dukam, to explain the distress, the difficulty they would encounter birth after birth. There is no word to describe it. Aneka chitta vibranta mohajala samabritaha prasakta kama bhogeshu patante narakeshu chay. Caught up in this web of delusion, addicted to only evil. Their thoughts, everything is evil about them. They will fall into what is called narakai. Narakai means the hellish regions. Devanin mrityana kaja jayanate bhuvakobjaka jatyanda pangavo dino hino jati shute nripaha. When they escape, they are born upon this earth. If they're lucky to be born human, they are going to be handicapped their whole life. Mentally handicapped. Nothing you say to them they could learn. Nothing. They will be born into homes where the parents are not known. A frightening kind of thing, boy. Punaha papa samachara mayaya bhakta patantite utapatanti madabhaktam kachidyo nimbashritaha. Existing their whole life in evil, in sin. No devotion to God. Such people become outcasts in whichever family they have taken birth in. the ambition is to try to become a devotee of God. That's the way to get out of it. That is the way to get out of it. You see, our forefathers were plenty smarter than we think. 90% of them couldn't read and write. You understand? And they come up with this brilliant plan that education is the way out. The sad thing about that, the child never understood what education meant. They think education meant going to school and passing 5 subjects, and then doing A-levels and getting 4 subjects, and then going on to UE and getting a degree. They thought that was education. That's not education. That's bread and butter. That could only give you bread and butter. They wanted their children to be all-round. All-round means the ability to accept a secular education, the ability to be able to remain in harmony with the earth, and the ability to stand in any audience and defend your religion. That is the religion that is the education them was talking about. But they couldn't explain it. And the child now went for the academics, and he made it. And the more qualified he become, is the further he moved away from family and religion. I've always said that, It's very frightening. I don't want to be no critic of anybody. But God forbid you drop down dead in the morning. God forbid. And your wife gets sick, real bad. They could mind the grandchildren. Or you could mind the grandchildren then. Can't do it. So then, they have to find a third party to mind the children. But both of them working. And there's a 90% chance that could be a Venezuelan. All the things you don't eat, they will give the child that to eat. Because what you eating, they won't eat. They don't eat chana and aloo and them kind of shatain and them things. They may eating that. You could do your what? You understand? So one day it's going to happen that when you ball in Jai Jagadisha Hare, they go be singing La cucuracha, ya no puede caminar. Porque no tiene, marijuana que fumar. You understand? They go be singing that. They move further and further away. Because we couldn't hold it together. We could not hold it together. Right? Children want their independence. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. So why you can't believe that I could live in the house with my parents and still be independent? Why you can't believe that? You are your own house. You understand? You have 2 children. Right? So you have your house. Your 2 children decide they want their own house. Okay, so you build 2 houses for the 2 children. One had 2 children. The 2 girls want their own house. So you build 2 houses for them too. So you own 8 property. And they have no descendant to inherit it after. What happened to them 8 property? Like you spend your whole lifetime trying to build. What happened to them property? The state claims it or somebody bought it and take it from you. You understand what I mean? When you could, I'm not telling you to live it. Don't get me wrong. I am not preaching that father, mother, son, and son, wife, and grandchildren should live in the same house again. I lived through that. I enjoy it. My children ain't going to do that. You understand? Because my lifestyle is different. We wouldn't get along. And I really don't want to die being the enemy of my son. I'm being honest with you. I don't want to die like that. Nor enemy of my daughter. No way in the world I want to die like that. So I'll do everything in my power to keep them together. You understand? That is what Sanatana Dharma is. Keep them together. Let them survive with that unflinching faith. Let them know that anytime you call upon them, they must be there. And anytime they call upon you, you must be there. We may be living thousands of miles apart, but we're there. Right? We're there. He says, do not live in this world and exist with the kind of madness that is going on. Such people going to fade away into nothing. In the Mahabharata war, some people, well, a lot of people died in the Mahabharata war. But some of them, their names survive. And we name our children after some of them. You know anybody named Bhim? You know anybody named Arjun? You know nobody named Hanuman? You know nobody named Ram? You understand? You know nobody named Ravando. You know nobody named Kumkarando. You know nobody named Duryodhan. You know nobody named Kans. So some of those people, the day they died, their names died with them. Do not live like that. Don't let your name die with you. Let your name live on. Otapantite yamadabhakyam. When that person born in that home, and really because of association, because of walking on the road and see something in a mandir that pulled him towards it, if he makes decision to go into that mandir, kachintyo nimashritaha, that faith will start to grow in him. Just find yourself in the right place. And when that faith begins to grow, gradually they will be uplifted from the wicked life that they had. Valmiki is a good example of that. I remember I was explaining to you, one guy tell me he will never sing the Tandava Stotra. I said, but you can't read Hindi. How you go read Sanskrit? He said it on YouTube. I say, oh, you go cram it. That is a different thing. But he will never use that because it was written by Ravan. I say, I agree with you. But don't read the Valmiki Ramayana either because that was written by a criminal. Valmiki was no Bhakta God, he was a criminal. And he wrote the Valmiki Ramayana. Vishwamitra was a criminal. He killed for fun. And he wrote the Gayatri Mantra and you chant it every day. So I don't understand the point you're making. You want to judge Ravan? You don't have the ability to do that, my friend. You don't have the brain power to do that. Ravan lift up Mount Kailash off the ground. You can't lift up 2 sacks of cement. And you want to lift Mount Kailash? I mean, how crazy you could be. Judging people is not your job. That is not your responsibility. Labante swaragate mayagyay ranaye dharamesh bhumima sulabhasa sakamanam mayi bhakta sudurlabham. These people gradually, somebody is going to pull them into a yagya. Gradually it happen. And when they get pulled into a yagya, is joke I'm making, eh? Somebody don't report when they come for me already. Oh, look, give me half an hour again. When they get pulled into the yagya, they can't sit down and hear prayers. That's enough for them. Some people not designed for that. But they will perform karma in that yagya. They will do something. And those little karmas that you perform in yagya, those karma, yagya dharamashta bhumichaha, is what is going to uplift them from this earth. Those simple little things that you do. This is what is going to, sulabhasa sakamanam, is going to transform them. I say to you, mai bhakta sudurlabha, this is very simple to do. This is very simple to do. But it wants devotion to go with it. Vimuda mohalalena tabja svena chakaramana ahamahanta ahamakarata ahamabhokto tivadinaha. Ignorant and foolish people get themselves caught up into this net of bondage. They get caught in it and they cannot come out. They cannot come out of it. Aham hanta aham karta. And they go around this world boasting of the power that they have and how many people they have intimidated and destroyed. Aham bhokto tivadinaha. They boast of being the enjoyer of everything. And when police catch them and point gun at them, they just cry and say, oh God, spare me now, don't shoot me. Finish them, move vex. The problem in this country has never been criminal. I have always said that. Criminal is not the problem. Every country has crime. Problem in this country has always been attorneys at law. Them is the problem. Them is the one who always begging for rights and begging for rights. A man get charged for murder and you give him bail to come out to kill somebody again, man. Come on, man. Come on. The lawyer who pushing that, he fighting for his life right now. It just catch up with you. It catches up with you. I am not saying don't defend people. Everybody have a birthright to be defended. That's your birthright. If I didn't have a lawyer, I'd have been in jail a long time. I'd get locked up for things I didn't even do. I tell people that they don't believe it. I get locked up in a bathroom bathing, I get locked up in a jockey shorts. I get handcuffed in a jockey shorts. And the man who locked me up in a jockey shorts, he was sitting down here last night. He proud of that. He just boasts about that. I say, look at you, you're dragging on your old backside now. You're dragging and walking. Look where I am today. And I'm older than you. Look at you. You proud that you locked me up in a jockey shorts. Why I didn't win it in court? You understand? That's your claim to fame. You can't win me in court, boy. You too stupid to win me. When people out for you, they out for you. They don't care if you're innocent or guilty. And lawyers are part of that problem. I'm watching a movie right now. I invite all of you to go and watch that movie. Prison Break. There's about 40-something parts in that series. Watch that series. A man get the electric chair for a murder he never commit. And the man who he get the electric chair for was still alive. Go watch that movie. How the system is geared against you when they want you. But you see, I'm a whole animal by nature. The other day I go to my dentist, and he tell me plenty of my teeth shaking. I say, I know that is why I come by you. He said, well, you know, I might have to take out all. I said, well, that is why I come by you. And then he make this stupid statement. So if I pull out all your teeth, you can't be a tiger again. I say, but you are taking out the stripe from my body. You only taking out my teeth. A tiger is a tiger until the day he dead. What you worried about? You understand? People have been trying since this world has been created to damage people who are good. The world going after good people. And that's why Martin Luther King made a very interesting statement. Evil will survive in a place only when good men do nothing. You cannot live like that. Ignorant and foolish people are going to destroy you. They boast about all the wrong they have done and nobody could touch them. You think Sant Tulsidas didn't know that? But he wrote a line in the Ramayana. One line. And I read that line in a Yagya once. And just like here, I didn't have no group. When you sing in Ramayana, you want a group. Ramayana was singing. Me can't sing. So I take that one line and make that the whole katha. Nahi ko sajan ma jag mahi prabhuta paiya jahi madanahi. That was my whole katha. Never was a man born in this world, and never will a man be born in this world that power cannot corrupt. Power will corrupt anybody. The new concept is power don't corrupt. It's people that corrupt power. I didn't know that one. Power will corrupt anybody. Put it in the hand and see. Put it in the hand and you see how dangerous they become. Asau maya hata shatru haneshye cha paranapi Ishwaro ham mahamabhogi siddha ham valavan sukhi. Today I have destroyed the enemy. In days to come, I have many enemies to kill. I am the Lord of all. I am the one who enjoys all power. I have all the siddhis. I am mighty. I am happy. They think that is what gives them happiness. In the end of all of that, you'll be alone, alone, and all alone, alone on a wide, wide sea. And there's not going to be a man to pray for a wretched soul like me. That is how you're going to be. That is how you're going to become. Because the people who surround you, eventually they're going to realize what's going on. And they will not want to be part of that. And they would leave you alone. They would leave you alone. You'll die in a house alone. And if you're lucky, you will end up in a seal box. Because nobody can see you. By your actions. Ahame Vishvara Shasta, Aham Aveta, Aham Sukhi, Etadrishri Materanepam, Madapatayati Hatan. Some people really say it have no God. There are people who say that. There is no God. There is no teaching. All those things are man-made. Who know who God is? Nobody know who is God. He says such type of ignorance leads them to a terrible, terrible place. Ahankara valamadharapam kamakrodo cho sanshritaha Mamatma paradeheshu prasiddhanto bhayaso yakaha. They end up in places that they don't want to go. And when they end up in those places, because of their ego, because of their arrogance, their anger, such people despise Sanatana Dharma. I tell us, the most dangerous Hindu is the one who changed the religion. He deadly, right? I mean, I do boss, let me tell you something. I do 1,100 funerals in this country. 1,100. And I've seen it happen. Where the own children stand up on the side, one side, they ain't taking part in your funeral. You think it's happening? Of course it's happening. You understand? And they give all kind of stupid excuse. We pray. When your grandmother dead, your uncle tell me he ain't shaving no head. I said, okay. My father was there too. I tell my father, I say, take Sudama and go take a walk. Go take a walk. I said, bring a pen and paper for me. I said, sign your name here for me. I the one married to Swelt. I said, sign your name here. He said, for what? I said, I'm going to transfer all your mother leave for you, to me. Next morning, he shaved his head. I said, don't play stupid with me, boy. There's a mistake people keep making. I am not Basdeo Garilal Maharaj. Never was, never will be. Never was he. So what you get away with by he, don't take them chance wrong me. My father tell people that, When he retired and people came to him and asked him, well, we had to look for a new pundit. He said, what about your son? He said, let me tell you something. My son is not me, All you can handle he, He's a runaway train, So my advice, all you get somebody else. Don't say because I the pundit, all you want my son to be all the pundit. That could be nice. But the things you get away with, my son will not allow you to get away with that. He will mash you up. I'm not playing them games with nobody, partner. You don't want to shave your head? That's your right. Right? You know what is called vex money? Where's vex money? Huh? I hear you, man. To take a taxi, man, you must have vex money in your pocket. If Anil get vexed with me tonight and say he ain't carrying me home, boy, I have enough to pay a taxi to carry me home a whole trip. I don't play them game. I have my vex money with me. You understand? I'm not tolerating that from you. If you can't do that for your parents who bring you in the world, I must be part of that with you, not Vikram. I'm not doing that. I walk away from a wedding already. Don't write it up to sign it. Tear the page and walk out and leave them right there down, Because of a stupid joke. I tell him, man, I say this fella married your daughter, but he drunk. And if boy father tell me, I have to register it. I say, wait, just say, have to? Wrong, pundit. I get up. He tell me, go slap me. I say, slap me? Boy, today your son getting married. You don't want this wedding to mash up because you're dead. I say, what do you think this Ganta is for? To just make bang bang? No, it's not only for that. It's also a weapon. And I will crown you with this fella. Don't make them joke. Ask a Joda about me. There are 13 things my wife don't know nothing about me when I was playing cricket. Knows nothing about it. I rest a bat on a man in Skinner Park and he almost died, Just for making a stupid joke, He telling people who playing cricket with me that he see me in KFC last night. I say, boy, don't say them things, boy. You don't know what you're saying. He say, but I telling you I see you in KFC. He didn't get to say last night again, Before he say last night, he was frotting on the ground, with a slazenja down his head, One batter knock him down cold, I don't play them kind of game, fella. I'm not playing games with them thing. When people out for you, that is what they do to you. They undermine everything that you try to do right. They undermine it. And when they undermine that, ahankaram balamadarpam, they destroy you. If you want to be destroyed, go right ahead. Put up a fight. Today I saw in the papers where a judge make a crazy statement. Fight back, That is a crazy statement for a judge to make, Because if somebody jump in my yard and I kill them, I go end up in front of he, And I go remind him, I say, you tell me fight back. He said, I never tell you kill the man, you know. I tell you fight back. You understand? Be careful of what you read and how you want to interpret it. Be careful. Them fellas have cannon in the head, screws in the head, more tight than bad. Tasamade tatmamutrejya devi prakratima shritaha bhakti karumadiyatvam vinam dreddaya chetasa. Give up these evil qualities, O king. Give up the monstrous qualities. Everybody has the ability to have good in them. Find that good in them. Find it. We had a fellow in Lojan Mandir we used to call the biting dog. You know what he was famous for? Thieving. That fella could have thief. He take out 2 blades from a window pane and climb in. And he big so. How he fit through there? I spent a whole week in a yard trying to analyze how he passed through that hole. Then fella said, don't give him nothing to do, he go thief. I give him the RT to share. So you share the RT. Right? When you're done, you go in the back room and you check it. Did he thief any from it? I don't know. But I know if he thief it, what he is going through right now in life had to be as a result of thieving it. Everybody around him dropping on like fly and dying. You're paying for it right here. He says, give up these evil qualities. You have the ability, right, to develop that belief, to develop that love for God. Sapti bhakti strida rajan satviki rajasitara yada devan bhajata bhaktya satviki samata shubha. The devotion that exists in a person could either be sattvic, could be either rajasic, or it could be tamasic. Those who perform devotion to God, those who sing the astutis, well, the astuti is Sanskrit, those who sing that and praise God, that type of worship is sattvic. Yajante satvika devan yaksharakshasi rajasa pretana bhuta ganashtanye yajante tamasa janaha. People who have good in them or sattvic in them will worship the God. Those who have rajasic will worship devatas because they want to make deal. And those who are tamasic will worship Jambi. Worship Jambi. Listen to all the Kali mantras that will be chanted. The sad thing is nobody knows what it means. So you find it singing good. I know what it means. That is nothing to be praying to. That is nothing to be praying to. Not in this age. Let nobody fool you. Go punch it in all your computer, all your computer sense, man. Go and punch in Kali Puja in India and see what they'll be doing. Boy, they're chopping from a side. You know how them could sharpen my blade so good. In Indi Mandir, boy, blade like rain. You understand? That is not Sanatana Dharma. Never was, never will be. Nowhere in Sanatana Dharma it says to kill an animal. One fellow tell me one of the Vedas said to kill an animal. I say, you can't show me that. You can't read the Vedas. How you know that? How you know that? Not a single verse in the Vedas talks about the killing of an animal. Not a single verse. And I challenge anybody on that. Not a single verse says that about killing. Rajasi matu bigyeya bhaktira janamamrita prada adhyakshakshaiva rakshasi yajante sarva bhavataha. Rajasic devotion causes birth and death. That is what has caused birth and death. Vedena vihitam akruram sahangakaram sadambakam bhajanta preta bodhina karma karavanti kamakam. When you perform rituals that is not prescribed by the Vedas, where animals are slaughtered, ignorance, that is worshiping the devil. And that is called Kuravanti Kamakam. That is called unnecessary karma. That is unnecessary. There's no reason to be doing that. So I don't know why people believe in that. Why you believe that? Kill an animal. I read in a book says the Shivratri night they must kill a bull. And they bathe the lingam with the blood. And they allow the blood to become half dry on the lingam. And then they wash it out with alcohol, liquor. And they collect it in glass. And they share it as panchamrit. Do that now. So brave you is. You understand? Not everything on the internet is true. And they pray. They pray on your weakness. Because that is one of the weaknesses of the Hindu. He does not read. He does not have a sense of history. Ask everybody who sit down here. Name 5 generations in the family that gone. 90% can't do it. 90% can't do it. And I'm sure about that. I'm willing to take that bet. The odds is 2-1. You could go back 5 generations. Where you are going? Where you going? You are going outside of Trinidad. Yeah? They don't have a sense of history. So they have nothing to hand down to the next generation in terms of the lineage, in terms of the family line. They have nothing to hand down. So you will end up now with a whole generation of Hindu who knows nothing where they come from. And you think the fellow who's smart ain't know that? He knows that. And then he begins to prey on you, on your weakness. And they give you a false sense of security. The scriptures say, Yah Shastra Viti Mudasrejya Vatarate Kama Kamarat Nasasiddham Mavapnoti Nasukam Na Param Gatim. When you discard the ordinance of the scriptures, the law of the book, when you discard that, when you're doing 3-night Ganesh Jag and 4-night Ganesh Jag, you are thinking wrong. They say the Yag must start lunchtime on the chout. Thursday wasn't the chout. Today is not, yesterday wasn't full moon. How you submerging Murti? I watch a Murti in San Fernando. They submerge it, they drown it. They carry it out in a boat and throw it overboard. And you want me to support that? People say I'm ignorant. Of course I'm ignorant when it comes to my religion. I fiercely defend my religious belief. I don't care who vex. I protect my religion fiercely. And I don't care who offended by it. I don't care which Baba who offended by it. You could bad talk me behind my back. You are brave to come in front of me and say the same thing you just said. You are that stupid. You understand? When you discard the ordinance of the scriptures, that has been my fight. Let me follow what the scriptures say. We may not be doing it right, but we're trying to get everything right. The day correct, the date correct, the time correct. Get that right. 3-night Yag have nothing to offer nobody except how much money the mandri could collect to pay the bill. That is all that is for. That is doing nothing for you. Varte kamakarataha. People who do that act on their own will. Oh God, how we go look if we do something? You understand? Do it right. Get it right. If every district in Trinidad do the Ganesh Yagya for 11 nights, we have no problem here, you know. I have no problem with that. If we doing a Yagya next year and the fellow over the road decide he want to do a Ganesh Yag too and call a different pundit, I have no problem with that. That is what I'm looking for. You understand? But don't come and tell me you're going there for 3 days and when they finish, I come in here. No, don't waste your time. Stay right there when it. What are you coming here for? If you believe in a 3-night Yag, what are you coming here for? The 3-night done already. You understand? Do not ye shastra motivet sridya. Do not disregard the scriptures. Do not act on your own will. Nasasiddham mavapnoti. You have nothing to get for that. The scriptures tell you that. You have nothing to get for that. That is only wasting time and energy. Nasukam na param gatim. You cannot even get material happiness from that. And if you cannot get happiness, param gatim. You think you go find God? It's not about that. Make the sacrifice. This is hard work. You know what time I tell people come by me for 20-something years in Ganesh Yagya, and they're always talking about it running good. And I always tell my wife that the day them get brave and decide they want to do it, they can see how good it has run. They can't last 11 days. Halfway through, people fall by the wayside. They just fall by the wayside. They can't handle this kind of jamming. It's easy to go and see it. It's easy to go by somebody else and witness it. But get involved in it and see how easy it is. You understand? See how easy this thing is. When you understand the sacrifice that was made by Bal Gangadhar Tilak through the Ganesh Murti, what he did for India, one man in a boy. This man make a box cat. And he make a Ganesh Murti out of dirt. The ugliest Ganesh Murti was ever made. Bal Gangadhar Tilak make it. I'm really ugly anyhow you look at it. And he put it in a box cat. He never see a prayer in his life, you know. He put it in a box cat and he walked down the road with it. Miles. To a place that is what is now called Marine Drive, where all the big shotters live. And he emptied the box cat in the sea. Everybody just watching him. Next year he make a bigger one. A little bigger than that. And he do the same thing. A little more people watching him. And he do that for 15 years. And then he catch everybody with it. And then he make a man-sized Ganesh Murti. And he call in the professionals to build it. And they make a live Ganesh Murti. The only thing that Murti couldn't do was talk. It was live. The material they use, when you touch it, you feel in his flesh. And he had millions of people following him. And he started the Ganesh Yagya for 11 days. Ganesh Chow to full moon. Time to go in the sea. He couldn't reach. They had to pass that Murti down from here to there till it reached. And fellas go out with it. Swim out with this Murti and they submerge it. That is what you do. You submerge the Murti. You don't drown the Murti. You don't capsize the Murti head first in water. Are you crazy? And then when they done submerge it, when they done throw the Murti out in the sea, a fella jump out from the boat right on top of the Murti. That's what we do into this religion. And then you tell me I'm criticizing you. But look to hell with you, you dumb and dotish. And trust me, if I ain't doing a Ganeshak next year, I'm going in that one. Today I tell me that I'm going one night in that one to make sure I tell them they're dotish. I'm going to tell them, you vex with nobody, you're dotish. What am I vex with you for? I'm smart and you stupid. I have no reason to be vexed with you. I just want to confirm you're stupid. That's what I'm going to do next year if I know you have to read. You understand? Don't make a mockery out of this thing. Don't make a mockery out of it. This is scriptures you're interfering with. If you don't believe in it, don't come, stay home. I have no fight with you. You stay home. Go cinema, go in the club, go in the bar, enjoy yourself. I have no problem with that. A few nights ago, we had noise whole night with us on a motorbike. I say, some show them have. They may have no show. It's the anniversary of one of the motorbike fellas who dead. So rather than pray to God and hope his soul gets salvation, they sit down in the rum shop all night blasting noise and making noise with motorbike. You understand? There was a fellow in Chagonas, they used to call Chevron. Sharon or Chevron, whatever he name is, that old crook. He dead, he get bullet and he dead. And a pundit stand up in his funeral and call him Mahatma, a great soul. That when they carry him on the cremation, go punch it on YouTube. When they carry him on the cremation sign and light it, big bottle of whiskey they throw in the fire for it to blaze up. He's a Mahatma, he's a great soul. That is what we do into this religion. So the fight is on. The battle is on. Who want to join the battle, join. Who want to stay on the other side, you stay. Me, I have no problem with you. God is depending on me to defend it, but it's my duty to defend it. I cannot read this and then turn a blind eye to it. Knowing the face of this earth, I'm doing that. Do not act on your own will. Nothing good is going to come out of this. Sheshayanto nijamadeha mantasyam madrita graha tamasayodrishi bhaktir niramsa nirata pradaha. Do not think about your body in this world. Right? Rajan, you have any idea how stupid you're going to look if you put on a wig? You have any idea how stupid you're going to look, boy? You could see me dyeing my hair. I tell my wife that one day. I have no fear dyeing my hair, you know. But only when I get the color I want. It has to be a color between tangerine and purple. And the day I get that, I dye my hair like that. And the same people who sit down in a Yagya with me, going to criticize me, look at him in the old tail, playing young boy, dye here. Hey, you older than me and you dyeing yours. Where's your problem? I do a funeral where they dye the lady head in the box. You understand? What stupidness you doing? Yeshamayanti nijamadeha. Forget this body,